This short video will walk you through installing the Twilio Voice JavaScript SDK and Conversation Relay demo. Let's get started. The README file in the repo has the 9 steps we'll go through today. There's also an extensive blog that goes with this repository. Download, clone, or otherwise get the code onto your local machine and install it into your favorite IDE. There are 3 main directories in the repo: client, which is where the client SDK lives; data, which holds all the data for conversation relay use cases; and then the server that talks to Twilio and your LLM of choice. Open a terminal window for the first step. And we need to go into the client and install all the npm packages and then run build. So we'll cd into client. We'll go npm installs. This takes a minute or two, and I'll fast forward the time. And then I'll run npm run build, and that'll build a client that the local Express server will be able to serve. The next step is to start up ngrok. Ngrok opens up a tunnel so that Twilio and Conversation Relay can access your local application. Make sure to take note of the URL that ngrok is using. Next step is to create an API key that the Voice SDK will use to access your application. Under Admin, go to Account Management and then create an API key for this purpose. Take note of the key and then go back to the Account dashboard, and then under Voice in the left-hand menu, select Manage and then TWIML Apps, and then select Create New TWIML App. Give it a friendly name, and then in the request URL, enter the ngrok URL that you created in a previous step, but then add /twiml to the end of the URL, like so. HTTPS, and then /twiml, and it should be an HTTP post. And then create, and then take note of the ID for this new TWIML app. Back to the project, go up a directory, and then copy server start local shell script sample to just start local server.sh. This shell script is used to store environment variables for your application and start up your application. This copy step creates your own version, and we'll go in and go through these variables. The first section is the Twilio environment variables. This is the TWIML app you just created, your account SID, the API key you just created, and your API secret. Here are your ngrok URLs that you'll enter. And then you can select your AI platform of choice. Currently, OpenAI and Bedrock are supported. And if you use OpenAI, enter your key and model here. If you're using Bedrock, enter the credentials here. Incidentally, you can add other LLMs as well. If you want to use Twilio messaging and SendGrid, you can enter credentials there. They are optional at this step, though, if you want to just get up and running. We need to also make a copy of users.json sample that you will use for your local machine. So just cp data users.json sample to data/users.json. And that step is done. And now we need to go into the server directory and run npm install to install all the dependencies we need. And with that, we're ready to roll. With all your environment variables set in that shell script, we just need to run that shell script to start up our local server. So we'll go ahead and enter ./start-localserver.sh. Point your browser to localhost port 3000 and you should be ready to go.
Hi, I understand that you want to find out more about Albert Einstein. What do you want to know?
Yeah, hi. What year was he born?
Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879.
Did he do anything important?
Yes, Albert Einstein made
There are several preloaded use cases and voices. So we'll switch to the restaurant use case and we'll change the voice and then try it out.
Thanks for calling Twilio Doughboy Pizza. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a pizza.
Sure. Is this order for pickup or delivery?
Pickup.
Great. What type of pizza would you like to?
This application also has use case functionality where you can view existing use cases and then clone them to create your own experience. In addition, there's call history, so you can go in and see the previous calls and conversations, view the details and transcripts. Twilio can help you power agentic or conversational AI experiences today with Conversation Relay. And we can connect your users over SIP using phone numbers and the PSTN, and of course using the Twilio JavaScript SDK, where you can enable these experiences on websites and your mobile apps. Thanks for watching.